about a space shuttle that's going to be heading it down to NASA. Also, consumer reporter Steve Noviello, I guess he's going to tell us about some backyard games you can play this weekend. And we also have some exotic rides tomorrow morning where you can also enjoy some breakfast. So that and so much more. All right, let's get to Ramisha Shade, though. She's going to be joining us now with a look at our forecast at first.
Well, Anthony, we are dealing with the summer sizzle. Officially, summer not quite here yet, but we're just hours away. Summer officially begins at 9:42 p.m. this evening. Of course, we had our sunrise at 6:21, but sunset a very late 8:25 p.m. So this is actually going to be the most daylight, the longest day of the entire year, and the shortest night. So after today, those days will slowly but surely start to get a little bit shorter until we get to the end of the year where the days are really short. But for now, enjoy the longer days, maybe take a nice long walk, enjoy the sunset. It is going to be hot and steamy out there, but overall not much extreme weather other than the heat to worry about. 93 degrees in H-Town right now. That feels like temp, though. Really what hurts you when you head outside. It feels like it's 104 in Houston. We've got the heat dome that will definitely be building in over the weekend. I think it is likely going to be at its strongest, for us at least, tomorrow. Then it's going to slide off to the east a little bit for Sunday. That may allow a few more showers and storms to roll in. So here's the setup for the rest of today. Main storm track, main jet stream staying to our north. So that's keeping that threat for strong to severe storms up around the northern plains, so up around Minneapolis, North Dakota, South Dakota. That's where we have the threat for maybe a few tornadoes, damaging wind, large hail, all the stuff you don't want to deal with as we slide into the weekend. However, no severe weather here, but we do have a few downpours that I'm tracking on our FoxRad radar and in Montgomery County. The Woodlands, Shenandoah area up towards Conroe, just a few light to moderate rain showers. New Waverly getting in on a little bit of rain. It's nothing strong or severe, but may disrupt your plans for a few minutes. Up around Trinity and near Onalaska, a few showers there. And I'm tracking a few little popcorn showers there right around El Campo, but not expecting anything super heavy or widespread. So bottom line, it's mainly about the heat for your evening plans. Keep in mind there will be a little rain around, but not a ton. What about this weekend? Maybe you're trying to get to the beach, enjoy some dips in the pool Saturday or Sunday. Saturday will be your best bet because this big heat dome or area of high pressure will be close enough to where it's going to block the majority of the rain for our area. Now, as that high pressure kind of moves farther away Sunday, that will allow more of that moisture to come in off of the Gulf. So I do think there will be more opportunities for maybe some potential delays or interruptions for your outdoor plans. Maybe you're doing some tennis outside, golf, park, beach, pool. For Sunday, there will be a higher chance for storms. It's not a big chance, but from a 10% chance Saturday to a 30% chance Sunday, and all the way up to a 50% shot for Monday. So enjoy the dry time while you can, because those storm chances are going back up next week. What about the tropics? It's been quiet, but could we have some trouble brewing? I'll let you know what to expect later in the show.
All right. Thank you so much, Ramisha, and welcome back to Texas Live and Local. So, of course, I got my co-anchor, Coco Dominguez. She's going to be joining us now. There she is, Coco. We are down there at the George R. Brown Convention Center for Comicpalooza. What's going on?
So much to see. If you ever thought about going people watching, OMG, this is the place right here. Comicpalooza is here for the next 3 years. Since 2008, they've been coming into the Houston area, and it gets bigger every year. I'm here with Norma Diaz, who's going to give you all the lowdown, the scoop. How's it going so far?
It's fun. It's great to people watch, like you said. Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the details, because you've got cosplay, anime, you've got so much.
There is so much to do here. It's you need 3 days to do it all. We have our celebrity panels featuring this year's guests like Hayden Christensen, Cheech and Chong, Patton Oswalt. We have programming here on the show floor. We have exhibitors, special attractions, panels. We have a Friday night bash, a Saturday night rave. There's literally no shortage of fun here.
And it's not just this level, guys. It's next level. So throughout the hour, we're going to be going. I want to kind of take a look around because you're going to see some stuff you hadn't seen before. We got the Jurassic Park set up. You can see the dinosaurs. You can see people dressed up. And now that we are fully into summer, a lot of kids are coming out here dressed up, which is so amazing. I don't know half these characters out here, but they are really into it. Tell me what the admission is, or maybe the 3-day ticket that you can get.
So prices start at $60 and they go up from there depending on if you want to come one day, weekend, specialty passes. So for all of that information, Comicpalooza.com is the best resource to get all of that.
Yeah, and guys, and obviously it costs more to go see some of the special guests, right? Is there still time for that?
Actually, no, like general admission gets you into those celebrity panels. Now, if you want to get a photo and autograph with your favorite celebrity, that is an added cost, but you get your ticket and you enjoy all entertainment on all 3 floors of the George R. Brown Convention Center.
This is crazy. So much to buy. Look at this. There's a dinosaur chasing a shark right behind us. There's a dad in a superhero uniform over here taking pictures with what's your character?
Black Adam.
Black Adam, and you've got, what's the character?
He's a Kawa.
He's a Kawa. Well, you are looking amazing. How many times do you do this? You come every year?
I come every year, yeah.
Yeah, what's the best part for you?
Cosplay.
The cosplay. It lets you let it rip. All right, guys, so much more to show you. Look, even behind me right here. We'll check in about 15 minutes or so, live from Comicpalooza at the George R. Brown. Coco Dominguez, back to you, Anthony.
Oh, man. Good vibes down there, Coco. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll check back with her about 2 more times here during the show, as always. All right, so now we got some developing news here from Texas Senator John Cornyn. He's basically pushing to have the Space Shuttle Discovery moved from Virginia to here in Houston, Texas, down there at the NASA Space Center. So he spoke about this earlier today down there at Space Center Houston. So let's take a listen.
Well, thank you, William, and it's great to be here at Space Center Houston with my friend Randy Weber, who represents the district adjacent to this wonderful location. It's great to have a true rocket scientist and former astronaut with us, as well as leaders from BAHEP. And we all know that Houston and the Johnson Space Center is the home of human spaceflight. And there's no argument about that. From helping man on the moon to training our best and brightest, Mission Center at Johnson Space Center has served as the nerve center for Houston space flight for the entire length of our space program. But we know that politics can sometimes do unjust things that we are here to undo. And that is when 4 of the space shuttles that were retired went to 1 to the West Coast and 3 to the East Coast, but left out the Johnson Space Center. That was back in 2010, and that's what this legislation is designed to fix. To add insult to injury, New York was chosen as one of those locations that had absolutely nothing to do with the space program. But that's why Randy Weber and I are working hard with the Bring the Shuttle Back Home Act to right this wrong. And we're optimistic that the bill that's now being, it started out as a big, beautiful bill in the House, and we're making it even more beautiful in the Senate this week. And we may well be on the floor of the Senate as early as Wednesday. But this could not have been possible without the infrastructure, the brilliance, and the sheer genius of all the people that work here at the Johnson Space Center. So we're delighted to be here with you today and talk a little bit about how do we get this, the real thing, down here from Virginia here to where it rightfully belongs. Thanks.
All right, that was Senator Cornyn. Also, in the world of politics, we got a bill to ban THC products here in Texas, and it's still sitting at the governor's desk here, Governor Greg Abbott. It still could become law, though, even without him signing it. That's the thing that's really interesting about this. Isaiah Carey talks about the possibility of this happening and the impacts of it.
When you heard that this bill was on the table, a proposal to ban shops like yours or what you sell, your thoughts about that?
First of all, thank you for having us today. We really appreciate the opportunity to get heard on TV. Honestly, man, this is going to affect a lot of people. A lot of people will lose their jobs. It's going to affect education as well, because a lot of research on cannabis is going to be criminalized. So they can't even do research on cannabis anymore. So it's just overall bad situation, man. And I hope, you know, Governor Abbott will do the right thing and vetoes the bill.
We've heard many business owners around the state saying, look, there will be a lot of empty real estate in various shops and facilities around the country. Many of them have put their entire life savings to open this store. What about you? How much is on the line for you? Not the exact amount, but how much are you possibly going to lose?
Honestly, man, it's a lot of money. A lot of people have bought real estate. A lot of people rented real estate. It's just gonna affect everyone tremendously. Millions of dollars will be lost. Also, landlords, a lot of vacant spaces. It's really bad for the economy. It's more than what they think it is. It's really bad.
And so when you hear that, many conservatives who testified in the legislature saying young children are now getting this THC, that you're harming families. We heard from some families as well to say this is a problem and it needs to stop. What would you say to those families and those lawmakers who said this is bad for Texas?
Honestly, we respect everyone and everyone's opinion. The thing is, with our shops and many other shops, we have state-of-the-art ID scanning machines. Everyone in our shop, with no exceptions, even if you 60, 70 years old, you have to show your ID. We have officers and security. You have to check your ID before you come into our facility, period. So I feel like there's a lot of lies about that. You know, there's a agenda these people are pushing, and I wish we could just show the true colors of the industry. It's a good industry, and I just feel like, you know, we just want the best for everyone, and we just want everyone to be good, you know.
And Court, I'm sure you have been following the legislature on this, and this was passed in the last minutes of this legislative session in 2025, and we won't have another one until 2027. But what do you think, why the governor has not signed on this? Do you think he's fully behind this? We know this was on the agenda for Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. He wanted this. But do you think the governor will not sign this, veto this, or what? Or what is he doing now that he hasn't put his signature on it?
You know, if I could guess what politicians were thinking and what they were going to do, I wouldn't have to practice law. But I think Governor Abbott has a difficult choice in front of him. He has to choose whether he wants to align himself with the lobbyists or align himself with Texans. An overwhelming majority of Texans are not in support of this bill. It is the architect of a few people that have come through and helped, you know, Lieutenant Governor Patrick, who, you know, as I understand it, received a whole bunch of donations from the alcohol industry that have hurt since the Farm Bill was passed. So, you know, do I know what Governor Abbott's going to do? No, I don't. I don't envy the position he's in. But as the governor, he's supposed to do what's best for Texans, so I hope he does what Texans want.
When you take a look at the divide among legislators, you had a significant number of conservatives supporting THC and allowing it to continue. Is there any legal recourse for these business owners if this bill is signed into law by the governor, any legal recourse for those who are losing millions of dollars?
There is, and you know, I hesitate to get too far into it because, frankly, I think I'll probably be a part of that if that happens. I have a number of clients all across the state who are interested in trying to stop this law from going into effect. And the reality is, because everyone has some sort of due process right, where the legislature can't allow a business to grow and flourish and make it legal, and then 5 years later, after people like AJ have dumped everything into it, pull out the rug. And that's what SB3 would do if it went into law.
Yeah, lots of people talking about this, man. We're going to see. Only time will tell here. The governor got to make a decision one way or the other. But more information for you to keep in mind here. So starting next month, Texas car buyers will receive permanent metal license plates from dealerships instead of those temporary paper tags. The goal is to eliminate fake plates that may have been linked to a variety of crimes and scams. As a matter of fact, we've covered some of these types of scams here on Fox 26 Houston throughout the years. So we know it happens, and this is going to try to alleviate that issue. But keep in mind, if you do sell your car privately, the process for transferring those plates and the registration will remain the same. But again, starting next month, you will no longer receive those paper plates from those dealerships, those temporary paper tags. They're gone. Now you'll get some metal license plates moving forward. When you buy your car, roll off the lot. All right. Also, a small community near Austin has put eyes in the skies in hopes of keeping residents safe from crime during weather events, festivals, and so much more. Meredith Aldi's from our sister station, Fox 7 in Austin, is joining us now with some more details.
A police dispatch.
They would just hit create mission. That's all they have to do.
Looks different. It's a drone.
A new innovative way to leverage technology to help us serve the community better and also to serve as a force multiplier.
Soaring through the air, the drone can get to a scene much faster than a patrol car can on the roads.
If there's some type of delay of our response for, like, say, traffic or things like that, the drone bypasses all of that.
Within a minute of this call being generated, we can approve it and have it sent on its way.
With views from the sky, it can also help officers gather crucial information before they arrive.
I'm able to move the drone camera around. I'm not actually moving the aircraft at all. It's flying autonomously to the point that's been selected. But along the way, I can choose to zoom in or zoom out. And if it was at night, I could choose to put on the thermal camera and get a thermal view.
The Bee Cave Police Department has already utilized EV drones for almost a year during fire assessments, search and rescue operations, large events like the Pecan Treat Festival, and weather emergencies.
And it was giving us constant live updates as to the road conditions so we could deploy our officers to collisions, our public works. We could divert resources from public works to help sand roadways. We could monitor the roads, how traffic was, and things like that without actually deploying officers.
The department is now elevating their use of drone technology. They were just approved for the Beyond Visual Line of Sight waiver.
Those pilots no longer have to, we don't have to have an observer watching the drone as it flies to the location of where the call is. And also, we don't have to have a pilot physically flying the drone. They're completely autonomous. They fly themselves.
Chief Jones says this will allow them to expand their program pretty rapidly.
It's exciting for us because we're at the forefront of applying this technology to law enforcement and emergency response.
Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin, Crime Watch.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. Let's take a quick commercial break here on Texas Live and Local. We'll be right back.
All right, it's time to track the tropics. And of course, yesterday it was all about Hurricane Eric, major hurricane making landfall in southwestern Mexico. Let's talk about it. It made landfall yesterday morning just to the east of Acapulco, Mexico, and it was a major Category 3 hurricane upon landfall with 125-mile-per-hour wind. So that ended up being the earliest major hurricane to impact the eastern Pacific and make landfall on record. So certainly setting some records, and it actually briefly increased to a powerful Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale shortly before landfall, but actually for the landfall it was officially registered as a Category 3. So what are the different categories? Of course, we measure the categories on the Saffir-Simpson scale. It's basically a hurricane wind scale, of course. The higher the category, the greater the potential for wind damage and other threats. So it was a Category 3 Hurricane Eric at landfall. That's 111 to 129 mile-per-hour winds, and it did briefly strengthen to a Cat 4, which can be devastating, and that is 130 to 156 mile-per-hour wind. So hopefully we don't get anything like that heading our way. Right now, here's the good news. Things are staying quiet across the Atlantic Basin. That would include the Gulf, the Caribbean, the Atlantic Ocean, and we're likely going to stay that way through the end of the month. So that's great. First month of hurricane season for the Atlantic, likely going to be quiet, but don't let your guard down because we got to get all the way through the end of November. So it's been quiet in the Atlantic Basin, but in the East Pacific, we've already had the A storm, B, C, D, E. So that's 5 named storms. And of course, most recently, Hurricane Eric, which has fallen apart, thank goodness. But we are monitoring for the potential for yet another system to possibly blow up in parts of the Eastern Pacific. So it's this area to the south of Guatemala City. So it's off that west coast of Central America. Just some disorganized showers and storms right now. However, models are indicating that those showers and storms could try to get their act together early next week. And now there's a slightly higher, medium 40% chance that we could have maybe a tropical depression or a tropical storm once again developing off of that Central American western coast and potentially heading close to southern Mexico with more heavy rain and more strong wind. Not going to happen likely this weekend, but as we go through next week, we'll be monitoring for that threat. At this point, though, like I said, things are quiet. If you're going on a cruise, maybe a Caribbean cruise, if you're cruising towards the Yucatan Peninsula, not expecting anything of a tropical nature to impact you. No activity, at least tropical wise, expected across the Atlantic Basin for at least the next week. So that should get us close to the end of the month, and that means a quiet start to hurricane season. But don't let your guard down. Don't get complacent because we're still expecting an above average season. CSU still calling for 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes. Last year, we ended up with 18 named storms and 11 hurricanes, and the average is 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and about 3 of those typically becoming major hurricanes. So we've got to get through July, August, September, October, November before we can say we're finished with hurricane season. So like I said, just make sure that you're going over your insurance, reviewing your emergency gear, make sure you have what you need because these systems can pop up quickly and you don't want to be scrambling at the last minute trying to get those supplies that you need to keep you, your home, and your family safe. All right, let's switch gears and talk about maybe some vacay plans. Maybe you're hopping on a cruise ship, maybe you're hopping on a plane and going on a vacation this weekend. In the Gulf, maybe to some of the Caribbean islands, maybe down to Grand Cayman, Jamaica. It looks like wave heights will be manageable, anywhere from about 2 to 4 feet for the majority of this weekend. Maybe briefly up to around 5 feet for parts of the west, southwestern Atlantic and parts of the western, northwestern Caribbean, but that's manageable. Like I said, nothing too crazy. So I think that's decent cruise weather. So let's check out some of your cruise forecasts, starting off with Cozumel. Of course, yesterday, southern Mexico being impacted by Hurricane Eric, but in Cozumel, things are looking great. Yes, there will be some clouds, maybe a stray shower on Saturday and Sunday, but there will be a better chance for storms on Monday. So if your cruise stops there on Monday, you could have a few issues, maybe some interruptions with that 60% chance for storms and temperatures hovering close to 90 degrees. All right, let's keep it in Mexico, another popular destination, Cancun. Lots of great beaches, great food. If you are cruising here or flying here, looking mostly sunny to partly cloudy for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but that storm chance gets bumped up to 50% as we go through Monday, and those temperatures hovering near the upper 80s to around 90. Nassau, Bahamas looking good. No major rain chances here, so perfect pool and beach weather. Maybe you booked one of the excursions in and around the Bahamas area for your cruise, and it looks like the weather will cooperate. Upper 80s expected Saturday through Monday, and a bit of a breeze, kind of strong out of the east-southeast, around 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we're looking great. No major issues. Of course, this time of the year, you can anticipate a few downpours, but overall, the weather for those spots at least looking pretty nice. Now, if you're heading to Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands, the forecast looking a little bit more dicey. Notice there's a better chance for those scattered showers and storms really for the next 5 days, Saturday all the way through the middle of next week. Wind blowing in out of the east-northeast around 10 to 20 miles per hour, temps near 90, but watch out for some of those downpours. Remember, if you're going to be out and about enjoying yourself, and you're going to be maybe at the beach, at the pool, if you hear thunder, if you see lightning, it's time to end the outdoor plans. Make sure that you try to get back to safety. You don't want to be in the pool with the thunderstorm overhead. So overall, we're looking good. Of course, we do these tropical updates for you daily throughout the entire hurricane season. We're hoping things stay quiet like they are now across the Gulf and the Caribbean, but you know that can change super fast. So keep checking in with us daily, and of course, you will be the first to know if we have any trouble coming at us from the tropics. We'll be right back with more Texas Live and Local after this.
All right, welcome back to Texas Live and Local. I'm Anthony Antoine. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me. Time now is 4:30. Okay, so we want to get back out to our Coco Dominguez. She's at Comicpalooza there at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Coco, I see you got some fans behind you, some friends. What's going on?
Yes, I've made new friends. And, I think this is my spirit animal right here. She is literally mermaid, a birthday princess. What's your character?
I'm Princess Kira's Star. I'm actually a mermaid out at Lake Conroe where we have a pirate boat that goes around.
I knew it by the look in your eyes. I'm happy you made it. Oh, and she's got something to give me. How much are you enjoying being dragged around here without having to walk?
I have the best pirate ever.
Yeah, you do. Tell me your character.
I am Monkey D. Luffy.
All right, well, I love your costume, guys. Hundreds and hundreds of vendors out here, exhibitors. Tell me about your costume.
I'm Inosuke today.
All right.
I'm Goku Black.
Okay. I should know these. I don't know any of them.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from the year 2099.
Okay, he's still pushing. Oh, from the future. From the future. We've got a Ghostbuster family. Are you guys enjoying your costumes?
Yes.
She's like, these aren't costumes. How much are you enjoying having the family with you?
No, it's great. We go every year, and it's great for the family, and yeah, we like it.
All right, what about you?
Oh, yes, we always love it.
It's so cute. Y'all look so cute. Come tell me about your costume, guys. So much to see here at the George R. Brown Convention Center. This is only day one, all right? You've got 3 days out here. You can buy single tickets, and they've got 3 levels. Oh, we've got more Ghostbusters coming on. But come on out here. Everything you could possibly think of, all ages. This is for everybody. Cosplay, if you just want to get dressed up. You don't even have to have a full costume, all right? You can just put something on. You can buy things here. Look at the masks that they have back there. That's one of the guys is from what is the show? I don't even remember. When I was little, they used to have that show. But you have to come out here and enjoy the George R. Brown Convention Center Comicpalooza. They've been doing this since 2008. Since 2008, and we'll go take a look around. Tell me about your costume. Who are you?
Padme from Star Wars.
Okay, and how are you enjoying being out here?
It's really fun. It's been a great time just walking around and seeing all the different events and all that.
Do you look forward to this every year?
I do. It's really a fun event, and my whole family, I just lost them. They're around somewhere.
Are they also dressed in the same theme?
Yeah, I have my little baby girl is Princess Leia, and then my son is Luke. So somewhere he's around here.
So great, guys. All right, so we can keep going on and on. This is the perfect place to people watch. We've got superheroes here. I think they're superheroes. Say hi, guys. Hey. What's your character before I go?
I'm Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, she is. Guys, come on out here, Comicpalooza. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes. I'll show you around a little bit more. Coco Dominguez. It's Fox 26 News.
Coco, you weren't lying when you said it was the perfect place to people watch. You ain't lying.
I'm like this.
All right, Coco. Always
right
a
now,
pleasure,
I want to
man.
look at somebody right now. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit, Ed.
See you later, Coco. Oh, my goodness. Hey, if you're into some really cool, expensive cars that you may not be able to find everywhere you go in every corner, well, the River Oaks District Motor Mornings event is going to be taking place here tomorrow. And joining me now to talk about it is Diane Kaplan, the head of marketing for Fertitta Automotive Group.
Yes.
Thank you, Diane, for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I mean, we were just talking before we got on about some of the cars and the events, and man, you got it all decked out. What's going on?
So Motor Mornings is presented by Post Oak Motor Cars, which is a Fertitta Automotive dealership. And we are bringing Motor Mornings to River Oaks District for the first time.
Yeah.
So we're going to have over 75 cars. So we've got something for everybody. We've got supercars, Lamborghinis, McLarens. We have ultra luxury cars like Bentleys and Rolls Royce, which I was pulled up in a nice Bentley.
That's a
today.
good way to pull up.
I know. And then we actually have hypercars. So these are like multi-million-dollar cars. So Bugatti. We've actually got Hennessy bringing one of their F5s. Yeah. So yeah, that's the speed I was in. Yeah.
Woo,
so
that's nice.
Something for everybody. It's it's open to the public.
Yeah.
It's from 8 to 10. There's free parking. That's our Bugatti that'll be there. So 8 to 10, you have parking in the parking garage. There's going to be a lot of the amazing retailers out there are going to be opening up early for some coffee and stuff. So De Bull, Brioni, Stefano Ricci, ALC, Cosbar, Amarino, Catan. So it's really, it makes for a really fun morning and a good way to start your weekend.
And it sounds like it's super family friendly.
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah.
So if you love cars, totally bring your kids and check them out, and we welcome everybody. So yeah, it's so much fun.
And you guys have, so this is the first time it's at River Oaks.
Yeah, so we usually put this on every quarter at Post Oak Motor Cars, which is at the Post Oak Hotel. But this is the first time that we're doing it at the district. So got, you know, all the great restaurants.
No, I'm going to say
and
the
shopping
synergy there between the
It's-
cars and the luxury stores.
I mean, exactly. You've got Dior and Hermes and Cartier, and then you've got all these gorgeous cars. And all the amazing restaurants and everything. So it makes for a really fun day.
And talk about your love for cars, because it comes through. Like,
my God.
you are a car enthusiast for sure.
Been doing this for almost 30 years, and it's always been luxury and supercars. So yes, it's my thing. It's my baby. So
And even
I
if
love
you
'em.
don't know a lot about cars or love cars, this is a nice entry point.
And you even if you don't get into cars, you have to appreciate the craftsmanship in some of these cars and the power and the speed and just everything. I mean, every single car there is got a story to tell and something beautiful about them. Yeah.
All right, daytime place one more time for the folks watching.
So River Oaks District, that's at 4444 Westheimer. Right over there by the Galleria area and
Love it over
Westheimer
there,
and
yeah.
stuff in the heart of River Oaks. And yes, please, I love for everybody to come.
And listen, in this day and age where social media is a thing,
Oh, you can find us. Yes, follow River Oaks District, follow Post Oak Motor Cars on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. We're there.
Yeah.
Check it all
all
out.
right, check it out, you guys, this weekend, and get some photos too, because
Oh.
beautiful cars, beautiful location.
Yes.
You know, it's going to
Can't
be great.
beat it.
You can't beat it. Diane, thank you so
Yes,
much. Always
thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much. Thank
All
you.
right. So, well, it is time to get outside and have some fun. And on Saturday, it is National Yard Games Day. And consumer reporter Steve Noviello is going to show us some of the next generation games you can enjoy.
Good morning, Chief. We got a little help today from Luke Lorick from Tailgating Challenge. Yeah, as you mentioned, Saturday, the big day. And this stuff is kind of a big deal. I've really never played any of it before. This is all new.
These are all fun new yard games to step it up. Nothing wrong with cornhole, but we're going to show you some different stuff
Okay.
today to have more fun in your
All right,
backyard.
let's get to it. So this is Jazz Mitten. So instead of going over the net, I'm
You're
going
gonna go
through
through
it.
it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Not very well, but okay, one more time here. Ah!
He's got a good drop shot on me.
All right, here we go. All right, this I love because it reminds me of the game skee ball, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, so think skee ball, cornhole, and beer pong come together where you're skee balling one of these into the cup.
Okay. So I'm using the ramp to do it.
Yep, and
Oh, so close.
oh.
Ah.
All right,
Okay.
Not quite as accurate
Boom.
this round.
Okay.
All right,
All
we'll be
good.
better
By
next
the way,
time.
two different ways to play. So we've got the cup configuration and the single as well, which is kind of doubles your fun there.
Easy swap out.
This I love because it's kind of like a vertical cornhole, so a totally different experience.
Yeah, shoot 21 right here. Similar scoring, a lot of portability with it. So 1 point on, 3 points if you get it down the chute.
Okay. I like the glow feature as well.
The glow feature is really fun for
Did
those
you
low light
get
situations.
2 in already?
Oh, who's counting?
While
those?
I'm over here.
There you
Ah,
go.
there's
You
one
got
for
it,
me.
you got it.
Okay.
And
All
three.
right. This I think is my favorite. So this is called Battle Toss. It reminds me of a huge game that my kids, frankly, it cost me a fortune to play because we got to go to Dave & Buster's to do it. This I can do right at home.
You could take it as portable. You can play it at home or at a tailgate, and you're trying to just get it in there, get Connect 4 before your opponent does,
Okay.
and see who can get the Battle Toss glory.
Okay.
And
Oh,
looks like
boom,
you got it.
look at that.
That was
All
fast
right.
glory right there.
That was a fast one today. This I've seen in a tabletop version. I have not seen it in this like human life-size version.
Supersize. So
Okay.
ringleader supersize form. So you start right here, competition mode. If you make it, you move it up. And if your opponent gets it, they bring it back down. You're trying to get to the top or to the bottom first.
Okay. I feel like this, I guess on the plus side here, this is going to keep my, wait a minute. I was just going to say it was keep my kids busy for a long time. This is also cool. This one has a stand, but you could stake this right into the ground if you want
It
to.
has 2 attachments, so any surface is covered with ringleader right here.
All right, awesome. Again, National Yard Games Day this Saturday, the 21st. You'll learn more about it at Tailgating Challenge. We have a link to that
Check it
website and to all these games right now on our station website. I mean, to come see me online, facebook.com/SaveMeSteve.
All right, it is National Steak Month, and Ruben Dominguez went to one of my favorite restaurants here in town. It's called Garden Grace. Let's see what they got.
All right, you guys, get ready to get hungry. It is National Steak Month. We are at Garden Grace, and they've got steak and so much more on the menu. Troy, Take us through this, man.
Let's
What a
go,
spread.
Ruben, let's
What a
go.
spread.
We got Chef Adam and Keith over here. For a starter, look at that beautiful Hawaiian crispy ahi tuna sushi. And then this is the millionaire fajita that Adam and I came up with. We only sell 2 a night. That's all we'll do because it takes about 45 minutes. Adam, give them the rundown.
So right here we have, this is the main event right here. So we have 24 ounces of Wagyu skirt steak. We have a little bone marrow, lobster tail, some grilled and pickled peppers and onions. On this side you have all your accoutrements, so handmade tortillas. We have a little king crab queso over here, some charro beans, Spanish rice, a little garlic butter, really everything you need to make a nice little snack.
Millionaire fajitas, $500.
Yeah.
They are tasty.
Yes, sir. All right, keep
I
it
got
going.
one of these beautiful Vietnamese salads. You got all the flavors, lime, citrus, peanuts, grilled steak, all the good stuff. Over here, you can't see it. About 5 years ago, we opened, but in Denver, we've been open 11 years. Award-winning Oprah magazine gnocchi.
Wow. Okay.
We sell like 100 of those a night.
I love that. All right.
Down over here, we sell about 500 of these cookies a day. People love our triple chocolate chip cookies.
They are legendary. I've heard about these. These are legendary.
That's why it's in a to-go box for you.
You're the man.
A couple different types of beef here. Filet, the first one, bone-in ribeye, and in New York. And then I got Mr. Keith to show you what we're going to do.
I love that, Keith, because you're going to take over cocktails for us. Tell me.
Absolutely, sir. I have our most popular cocktail in the house is our barrel-aged in-house old-fashioned. We barrel age it with a whiskey along with a little bit of Szechuan terminato to give a little bit of a kick.
Okay.
Garnished like a traditional old-fashioned with a little bit of bitters and the lemon slice. We have our most popular mocktail in the house. Obviously, that's important for a lot of people out there. It's going to be our blackberry sparkler. Obviously starts with a little bit of blackberry, pineapple, and lemon juice. Nice and refreshing for this hot summer weather.
I love it. And Troy, we've got a couple of seconds left here. Obviously, you guys are centrally located right here, downtown Houston. Do you recommend reservations for folks that want to come in and get some of this deliciousness?
Definitely reservations. We're open Monday through Saturday. Sundays closed. Come on down, and lunches are crazy. Weekends are busy, and come get all this food. We've got more than just steaks, fish, vegetarian, everything. Thank you, guys.
You got it covered. All right, guys, there you go. Happy National Steak Month. Ruben Dominguez, Fox 26 News.
I don't see no steak in the studio, Ruben. You were supposed to bring that back and share that amongst all of us. I'm holding it against you, Ruben Dominguez. Another great assignment, another great restaurant here in Houston. We'll take a quick break and come right back to Texas Live and Local. right, welcome back to Texas Live and Local. I'm Anthony Antoine, holding it down here in the studio. My co-anchor, Coco Dominguez, is down there at the GRB for Comicpalooza. And man, Coco, every time we come back to you, we got some new characters behind you down there.
And then I become a new character, like every time somebody influences me, I'm like, no, I want to be. It's so great. We're on the 3rd floor right now, so they've got a lot more up here. Norma Diaz has been with us. She is the PR for Comicpalooza. What's on this floor?
So we have a lot of fun stuff. Behind us, we have the Akashi Japanese arcade, so it's a lot of fun dance arcades. Behind us, we have the 13th floor haunted house, and then
a haunted house, guys, on the 3rd floor. Everyone's getting ready to go in, and 13th floor puts on the best haunted houses, so I can only imagine.
Yes, I've heard some screams from that room, so I'm pretty sure it's a success.
Okay, yeah, let's go over and talk to some folks and look at some costumes, but ticket prices start at $60 per person. Look at these. Are y'all scared? Tell me your character.
I'm not really a character.
You're not, but that's all right. You're looking super cute, so you put on the little. Look at you. What's your character?
I'm not a character. I'm just like a pirate.
Well, you are a super cute pirate. All right, you're so welcome. You having fun out here?
Yes, having a blast.
Okay, tell me about your. Oh my goodness, tell me about your costume.
Well, he's Wiggles.
He's Squiggles.
And we're brothers.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's enough to make me run. That laugh, I'm like, I'm out of here. What are your character names? Y'all look amazing.
Oh, I'm Wheezy. I'm a nurse from Silent Hill.
Oh my gosh, and you escaped.
I did. I escaped Pyramid Head. I finally did it.
You did. I'm happy for you. Have fun in there. You might be able to scare them in there. What's your costume?
Oh, I'm Law from One Piece.
And how much are you enjoying being out here, being able to see all of this?
I just like taking the photos of everybody here.
Yeah, I bet you get some really good pictures, right? All right, we've got a family over here. Are you guys enjoying people watching?
Yes.
What's been the coolest thing you've seen?
We haven't really seen it yet, but I think that we're going to see it when we go.
Yeah, you smiling now. Wait till you get out. You're going to be screaming in a minute. All right, tell me about your costume. What are you?
I'm the Riddler from the newest Batman movie. I'm SpongeBob.
You are a cute SpongeBob. All right, guys, we're here on the 3rd floor, 3 levels here at Comicpalooza. Tickets starting at $60. They even have a haunted house here, a little bit for everyone. We're going to check back in. Oh, look, I should know his name, but I don't. What's your name? What's his name?
Stormtrooper?
Oh, Stormtrooper. See, there you go. Learn something new every day. Look at these fine folks. We'll check back in on the News Edge Early Edition. I'm Coco Dominguez live at Comicpalooza 2025. It's Fox 26 News.
All right, Coco, thank you so much. Another great report, great event happening down there at the GRB. All right, of course, this is Texas Live and Local, so we take you to other cities all across the state. And now we're going to head over to Austin, where you're going to hear from Rodney Overturf, who stopped by our sister station, Fox 7. And here's a live look. Here's a look now at some music.
Take a look inside my head. The dark side of the moon. You get lost, you'll find me there. And I stop and wrap my mind around the thought that maybe you'll never go down if I never leave the ground. Take a look inside my head. Tell me what you see. There's an aching in my bones, and it calls me home to you. Say that you want me to, 'cause I've walked this road without you for far too long. You should know I can never let you go, and I will always come back home. She left town as the sun sank down, and I never came around. It makes no difference now. I know you can hide it from your mind and give me one last try, I'm sure I'd throw that away too. So take a look inside my head. Tell me what you see. There's an aching in my bones, and it calls me home to you. Say that you want me to. 'Cause I've walked this road without you for far too long. You should know I can never let you go, and I will always come back home. I'm drinking alone here by the phone, but you won't call. I already know you're taking your time. I'm strong on the line, I can't let go. I want it to be someone you can meet, but you don't need anything from me. So tell me what you see. There's an aching in my bones, and it calls me home to you. Say that you want me to. 'Cause I've walked this road without you for far too long. You should know I can never let you go, and I will always come back home.
Taking the long way down.
With a little bit of music here on a Friday. All right, to wrap things up here, we have Jonathan Bradbury, the GM over at Aboozy, but he's going to tell us about a nice new one-stop shop with some Tex-Mex and a new bold flavor you guys are offering.
Something that's happened here recently, you can do a virtual kitchen now these days.
Never heard of a virtual kitchen
So
until today.
Aboozy in our to-go program is already a big hit. We do dinner for two with a bottle of wine included for $39 almost every day of the week. So
Really?
it became a hit after COVID and everything that happened, and we were kind of using that to help us stay afloat and everything. So it kind of jumped off and became a big deal. So we wanted to offer something that is Sean, the owner's, his nickname in I guess in all through childhood was Chupa. And he's always had this idea to do Tex-Mex amazing fajitas with the Chupa name. So we decided to get it off the ground and do it virtually out of Aboozy. Something pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so what are some of the things you guys are going to be offering?
Yeah, so the menu right now is super limited to a pound of fajitas with all the fixings that come with it, and then you can throw in a half gallon of margarita for $59 to it. So we're way under market price where most Tex-Mex places for the same thing we're offering is like $110, all the way up to $120 for some of these other places. So everything included for $79, you add this for $59, which is 14 cocktails in one, and you can get strawberry, regular, and spicy.
Bro, what has been the response? I know it's super new, but
so
what's been the response?
this has only been up and running for about a week. So we're just now kind of getting it out there and getting the public to know about it, and it's what we're kind of doing right here, just kind of getting everybody behind it. So you can go to aboozy.com and click on the Chupas button and order online. It's to go only. So you pull up in our valet, and I'll run it out to you.
Now, is it just steak fajitas, or you can do chicken too?
Steak. Right now, we're just sticking with steak. We wanted to see kind of what the reception was in Houston. Of course, we're going to expand, and we're going to end up adding some other things to the menu to offer a little bit more. But we just wanted to see what this virtual kitchen thing was all about.
I love that, man. And when you're a restaurant, I'm not a restaurateur, but I would imagine you got to be flexible.
You got to be flexible in today's world. You got to be creative. As things and people's spending habits change, with the market and everything that's going on, you got to get creative to keep the revenue coming in. And this is just something that we're all about, is doing food. Our to-go program, like I said, is really big in Houston. We sell out almost every day. So we wanted something cool to offer Houston that's kind of hush-hush. Like, if you know Aboozy.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So this is just something really cool we wanted to offer. Of course, we'll expand the menu coming up pretty soon. This is just getting started. So.
All right, give folks the website and stuff so where they
can so aboozy.com is where you can go, and there's a little button that you can click for Chupas, and it'll route you to Chupas. But Chupas, Fajitas, and Ritas.com order online, but you pick it up at a boozy, and I'll run it right out to you.
You're the man. Jonathan, thank you so much, man. And thank you guys for watching here on Texas Live and Local. Go check them out. I'm going to eat those fajitas. I hope
You're
you
getting
didn't
these
think
margaritas too, bro.
Now, don't tell the boss. You know, I got drinking in a commercial break or something.
Right.
But no, thank you guys for joining us. Happy Friday. Stay tuned. We got your Fox 26 News at 5 coming up next.
Bye.